This was actually a really cool find. This is a tiki cup. They sell these at like EB Games Zing kind of thing. Paid $1 for it. I'll put the comps on screen. Somebody just bought one recently. Postage was through the roof, but that's what they paid for it. I'm thinking I could list mine for $99. $1 into 100, that's not bad. Tell you what, it might not be the most professional setup, but that mic looks terrible sitting there. G'day, fuck ya, it's Andrew, Foulmouth Flipper, and this is my YouTube channel. This is my first video. I live in Melbourne with my wife. And my son, who's 8 months old. So he's a very new addition to the family, and yeah, they're right about what they tell you. Having a kid will definitely change things in your life. If you come inside, things will not be the same. I drive around Melbourne with Carla, my Honda. I go to op shops, I go to garage sales, I go to flea markets, I buy cool shit and I resell it on eBay. The name of the channel is Foulmouth Flipper AU. Why? 2 reasons. Bearded Thrifter was already taken.
Not bad.
And number 2, because fuck you.
That's why.
I've been in the eBay game as a serious side business for about a year and a bit now. I had previously sold things that maybe were just sitting around the house that were had some value in them, and I didn't want to throw them away. I thought, let me get some money. I don't like Facebook Marketplace. You message these people or you make plans with these people. They don't show up. They're weird. They smell sometimes. I'll just do it on eBay instead. Thanks. You can take the fee out. I'll post it to you. Let's do it that way. I have a full-time job as well. I'm a singer in a band sometimes. I think the Pixies are the best band to ever do it. What you can expect from my channel is all the normal flipping content. With some extra seasonings in.
Seasoning. Looks like everybody's kicked a goal.
I'll be doing what solds. I'll be doing thrift and flea market and garage sale videos. I like to talk about music, which is one of my passions. I rant quite a bit, so buckle up for that. I'll be dropping some shorts as well. So I'll have bolos, I'll have big flips, so things that have sold for a lot. Little flips, things that have sold for a little bit. Flip tips, educational stuff about what to look out for. A few rules for the channel. Oh yeah, there's rules. Not for thee, but rules for me. I, like a lot of flippers, watch a lot of flipping content. Not just people here in Australia, but people in the States as well. Some of my favorite flippers are Geelong Flipper.
Mate, Tory.
I like Diary of a Flipper. A bunch in the US as well. Johnny Hustle Resell. Don't Be Trippin' is just flippin'. Flippin' Philly, they're really great. Love those guys. And too many others to name, but I watch all of that content, and there are some rules that I want to make for myself on my channel. Number 1, no waffle, not including rants. I'm not a big fan of waffling on. Some people do in their videos. I think it even works well for some people. I just want to get to the point quickly where I can, which is why I'm sort of reading off a script. You probably can tell. I also promise never to do what I saw some dropkick do last week, where in the video he starts off and is like, okay guys, I'm just going to do a quick video here, and then proceeded for, I don't know, maybe 4 minutes out of the however many minute clip to tell you that it's going to be a very short video, stretching it out by another 4 minutes. This is going to be a very quick video. I'm just going to make it very quick. Quick is the aim of this video. By making it quickly, I hope that it will be quick.
Okay, kill him!
Ugh. I won't ever do that where possible. Rule number 2, I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm not giving you any advice. I'm just saying what works for me and my eBay business. Don't take my advice. Go do your own research. Double check the things that I say. I'll just give you tips and the rest of it. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. And I'll show you some cool shit along the way.
You do whatever you want to do, and I'll show you some cool shit along the way. That's what it's all about.
It's just free information. And the 3rd and final rule, no clickbait. I see a lot of videos that are like, you won't believe what I got this for and what it sold for. I paid $1 and it flipped into this crazy amount. One simple step to boost your eBay business. And then you'll watch the video and it's like, yeah, I bought this Pez dispenser for 50 cents and it sold for $12. Great.
Boom, these explosions of bullshit.
if my thumbnail or if my video title is leading up to something, whatever the reveal is, I'm just going to put it into the first 30 seconds of the video. That's what I promise to do. I'm not going to be like these people that drag it out and then just at the very end there's some tiny little thing and you're like, really? That's it? I just sat here for 8 minutes and watched this whole thing. And if you want to watch the rest of the video, great. If you don't, get fucked. I don't care. They also have like, I fight at the flea. This person was going to fight me at the flea. And then they just bump shoulders and they're like, oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, no worries, mate. I fucking can't stand that.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I found this in a storage unit. I found that. I found your mum's undies. I found your uncle's rubber duck. I don't care. And those videos never live up to their title anyway. So, no clickbait, ever. Not on this channel. Them's the rules, okay?
Everybody got that?
All right, let's go thrifting. DVD section is normally where I start looking through stuff. Found this Emma Wiggles DVD. There's plenty more to come on the Wiggles in the rest of this video. The thing I like about kids' DVDs is that they're cheap, generally speaking. The thing I don't like about kids' DVDs is when you pop the disc out to take a look, most of the time they're absolutely munted. This one was in decent condition. I looked up the sold comps. It wasn't going for a lot in terms of what had sold, but the listings were quite high. So I think what happens, or what can happen, and I know this from selling a lot of children's DVDs on my eBay store, is that at times, certain episodes of certain shows will get pulled from various streaming services. You can't watch them on YouTube anymore for whatever reason, and maybe the one clip that was keeping your child sane and not screaming is no longer available. So easiest thing to do is just to jump onto eBay and get a physical copy of it. Generally, the cheaper listings get snatched up sooner, but if you have one that's in good condition and you don't price it through the roof, it can turn around rather quickly. I know that people like to spend money on their kids, which is no surprise. It makes sense why these go quick. I can't recommend kids' DVDs enough. Continuing on with the rest of the DVDs here, The Munsters was interesting. I have one of these in my store, and it's an older show. And I thought, oh, great. The one that I found at a different thrift was sealed. Season 1 and 2 right next to each other. Great. Love it. Looked it up. Actually doesn't do too well. You're looking at about maybe somewhere between $18 and $22. Mine's marked slightly higher because one of them is sealed. Kind of disappointing. I thought that I was going to get more than that. When I picked this one up in this op shop, I knew right away that it just wasn't worth it. Just going through the rest of the kids' DVDs here, I like to stick to the ones that I know. More Wiggles, they just will not escape my life. Barney. Thomas is another one that I keep an eye out for as well. Some of them are quite common and don't go for very much, but the rare ones go for a premium.
That runners actually wasn't that bad. A few DVDs in there for $1 each that go for more than what I paid for them. Some good profit in there, particularly that Emma 2, Emma-tastic, whatever the fuck. I also found this Paddington. $5. This is, I think it's a limited edition M&S Mark and Spencer. I'll put comps up on the screen. Is that actually for real? I think I remember seeing this movie when I was in high school. Oh no, that was a very different Paris. I wonder what she's doing now.
Right at the front. Does it get any better than that?
Thank you, Carla. Nearly forgot the keys.
So I go into this Vinnie's for a little bit and just sort of have a bit of a poke around. Books are also a good category, which is something that I've learned from watching fellow YouTubers, particularly Australian ones. A good tip is to look out for these ones that look like they might be part of an ongoing series. Anything with like witches, wizards, alchemy, weird, nerdy sort of shit like that actually does quite well. Find a book here in a moment that looks kind of interesting. It's called Hot Dogger. I think it's some sort of a graphic novel that does quite well. From memory, I show on my phone what the sold comps are. What I'm doing here by scanning each of the books, just for people that are new, there's that book, people that are new for eBay, There's two ways that you can look something up. You can scan the barcode using the barcode scanner app, but what that will do is return results where the UPC code, so the barcode number, is actually attached to the listing. You don't have to attach the UPC code when you create a listing. So if you do pick up a book or a DVD and you scan it, you're only going to get results back that have the UPC number attached. The reason that I'm scanning it first is because it saves me looking it up. If I scan the barcode and I see plenty of results come through for like $2 each, I'm not going to waste my time looking up the ones without a UPC code because I can already see that somebody can buy it for only $2. Typically what I like to do is scan the UPC. If it looks like there's a good result on there, then I will look it up manually as well. If the manual lookup checks out, I will double check the sold comps as well. And that is generally my method of looking into stock before I get it. Also, thank you in advance. I'm just experimenting a few different ways to get the audio down. So I know it might be jumping between, sort of pingy and not pingy, and the volumes are up and down. Like I said, this is my first video. I'm just sort of eking it out. There's a bit of a learning curve to it. Thanks for bearing with me. You might also be watching this going, wow, you are not picking up many books and checking them out. It might look that way, but to somebody that spends a lot of time in op shops, you get very used to seeing the same sort of spines over and over again. After a while, unique and interesting sort of books will stand out to you because you haven't seen them before, but there's plenty that resellers will see 5 to 10 times in a day, and you just don't even bother picking them up.
I have one of these in my store and I wanted to list it, but it was fucked. That's actually a really nice copy. I'm gonna get that one. See what else is in here. We can make 5 for $1. See these everywhere. Alex Rider. It's a nice copy of Return of the King. See, I don't even really care because I'm just trying to make up the minimum for 5 for $1. Did I just scan this one? I'm a fucking idiot. I've been told that this lady's books always sell really well. And this looks like an older vintage one. No, it's not 2004, but let's see anyway. Cornwell Trace. Sorry. Some weird back to front book. It's kind of smushed. This is called Shadow Key. Chapman. Yeah. See, this one actually does okay, it looks like, but this is not in the best nick. For 50 cents, I could mark it all the way down. Yeah, fuck it, why not? $38. That's gotta be a mistake, right? $38. $2 or $3, yeah.
And I found this Beatles anthology box set. I've run into it a couple of times. It always seems to be missing one disc or one case or one whatever, which is frustrating because if you can find the whole set and it's in good condition, you actually can get some pretty decent coin for it. But as usual, every other time I found something is missing. That one's not even that spectacular anyway. Suddenly the idea hits me that maybe if I buy the box set and then split out the discs, there could be somebody out there that's interested in buying just the discs, seeing as nobody can keep this fucking box set in one spot. But after having a look through the comps, it would appear that most people want to buy it full and complete, so I ended up leaving it behind. Valuable lesson learned from Tori, the Geelong flipper, that these do quite well. And I would know because I just bought one off him. Although this one probably isn't in the best condition to give a baby because everything goes straight in their mouth and it's missing the mallet. I think I'm gonna leave it behind. Fuck yeah, gotcha. As usual in every other aspect of my life, I cannot escape these skivvy-wearing fucks. I tried looking these up just by typing in Wiggles plush small. Nothing seemed to come back. I tried doing a Google Lens, but the wrap bag doesn't help. Hit or miss sometimes with children's toys, but knowing the popularity of these guys, it's $3 for the bag. I just thought I would give them a try and see what happens. Those Wiggles toys are interesting. It seems like a lot of the ones that have sold are the ones with the harder faces, or like the plastic hands, plastic shoes. You never know with that stuff. You'll put it up and somebody maybe has the other four and they want to complete the set, or their kid has a very particular Wiggle that they're fond of, and maybe they don't print that Wiggle anymore because they've left. We have the little one at home. He's 8 months old now, coming up on 9 months, and it was my bright idea to put the Wiggles on one day. We haven't turned it off since then. You know, with the Wiggles, when I was younger, there were 4 Wiggles: Greg, Murray, Jeff, and Anthony. There are about 50 of the motherfuckers now. They just keep multiplying. There's like, and the old ones keep coming back as well. So they had the redhead lady Wiggle, Emma, whose DVD we picked up today. Then they had the other girl. Then there's another one. So that's like what, 4? Like there's so many of them. It's unnecessary Wiggles. Might be the name of this first episode, Unnecessary Wiggles. And I'm just, I love my son and I love my family. I'm just appreciating being out of the house at the moment and not hearing fucking do the propeller, the fucking propeller for the 50th time. It seems like the songs from the early days of the Wiggles were a lot better. Mashed banana, no, that one's hot potato. You know who I don't care for is the new blue Wiggle, his daughter. So it's, the blue Wiggle is still Anthony from back in the day. And I think from the millions of clips that I've seen over the past 2 months, the only other blue Wiggle is Lucia, and that's his daughter. Bit of nepotism going on in the Wiggles. And you want to know something? I don't care for her. She's got this weird, like, I don't know how to explain it, but when she's like talking to the camera or the kids or the audience, however you want to say it, she's got this like, I don't know how to explain it. This expression where she's just sort of like, this is so silly. Can you, This is so silly. It's like a cop-out. Like, she's really not wanting to commit. So many of the other Wiggles have committed, like especially Greg. If you go back and watch the early clips from the 90s, he's like lost in the moment and he's smiling. The guy's having a good time. This one is just like, oh, yeah, fruit salad, isn't that? Oh, smashed banana, that's kind of weird. I don't believe you. You're not excited about the fucking smashed banana. I know you're not. You're trying to have your cake and eat it too, because you don't want to like feel silly, because I guess she's young. She doesn't want like her, oh shit, fucking hell, that's a near accident. There's a guy in front of me with a boat on a trailer and someone tried to overtake him, and anyway, it's not as important as the Wiggles rant that near miss nearly interrupted. Now he's exiting, just cutting I think he's trying to make sure that his boat is still attached. Good one, dickhead! It's fun to yell at people. What was I saying? I don't care for the blue Wiggle. Yeah, I don't believe you. The faces that she makes, I think because she's a younger lady, or she seems that way, she probably has friends that like maybe tease her about it. She's a fucking millionaire, so yeah, I would take that embarrassment for however many $1 million. But I think she's sort of doing it like as a cop-out. Don't appreciate it. I would be surprised if she is anybody's favorite Wiggle. All the other ones, so I think Greg is the best example of like, just get into it and, you know, just like it and be in the moment, whatever. But the one that takes it too seriously, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She's the yellow Wiggle. I say Teshay because it's like T-S-E-H-A-Y, but Seesaw? I don't fucking know. She gets into it too much. There's a couple of songs where the other Wiggles are standing around, they're like, yeah, the color orange, or what, you know, whatever the fuck. And she's like it's too much. Find the happy medium, guys. I'll tell you another thing that really fucking annoys me about the Wiggles. I shouldn't be this invested in them as a, you know, man with a full-time job, and, you know, the Wiggles are not my main priority in life, although it may seem that way with the passion and vigor of which I am speaking of them. They're just redoing the older songs, which, like, okay, you want to re-record them, whatever, but they're just changing them, and I don't like that either. It used to be Wake Up Jeff, now they just shoehorn Lockie in there, because he's purple. And it just doesn't sound... Wake up, Lucky! No, it's Wake Up Jeff. It's Wake Up Jeff. And when we put the Wiggles on for my son, I put the older clips on. We don't like... The Wiggles haven't had a good song in a while. Although their cover of Elephant by Tame Impala is fucking out of this world. And Lockie actually is a great singer as well. What I don't like about Emma, I'm just gonna go on a rant and shit on all of the Wiggles. When she sings, she's not like la 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 la. She's got like this weird sort of like half talking, not really singing thing. It sounds creepy, says the 34-year-old man talking about the Wiggles in his car on his own. I also found out recently that Lockie, the new purple Wiggle, who is not Jeff, and Emma, the lady whose DVD we picked up today, they were married for however long. Like, oh my god, what I wouldn't give to just be a fly on the wall, because they're so, like, you know, polished and clean and stuff, of course, because it's stuff for kids, but, you know, I bet they have issues and arguments like any other normal person on the face of the planet. I would love to see one of those, like, you know, you've been together for like 5-year fights and one of you just starts bringing shit up that's got nothing to do with anything. Oh my god. If that was, I would be like, yeah, I would be overly sarcastic with it as well. Like, Do you reckon she gets on his case about like leaving mess everywhere and it just drives her up a fucking wall? She seems the type to be like, everything has to be tidy or whatever, although between them they could probably get cleaners in Wiggles outfits to come and clean their house and wiggle at the same time. But do you reckon she gets super sarcastic and like petty about it, where she's like, Lockie, I've told you to pick up your socks. How many fucking times do I have to tell you to put your clothes in the dirty basket? Do I have to sing you a song? Pick up your fucking socks before I fucking cut you. Oh, too much fun. I just would love to sit and watch Wiggles go through normal everyday things that are not like, oh no, there's a bear here who's, you know, doesn't have any friends or some stupid shit like that. You know, like maybe a bill comes in that they weren't expecting, or maybe one of them gets sued for something and they have to like find a lawyer. How did the Wiggles handle that? Does a lawyer just show up like on the program when they need a mechanic or something, and he's got like a Wiggles logo? Do they have yeah, that's the other thing. The Wiggles would have lawyers because of their copyright and all their other stuff. I just imagine like there's the Wiggles, so blue, yellow, red, purple, right? And all their lawyers have like, you know, suits with like the little Wiggles patch on it. Yeah, you forget that they're people. I don't think many of them have kids other than Anthony, because he was probably like, at some point I have to let somebody else wear the you know, holy blue skivvy. And only my bloodline will touch the skin of the blue skivvy. The skivvy will touch the skin of my bloodline. Whatever. But Wiggles, like, they probably, well, not probably, because some of them have kids, but they fuck as well. What is that like? What is that like? Do you reckon she gets angry if Lockie finishes too early? Where is the G-spot? G-spot, G-spot. Where is the G-spot? Da 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 da. You want to hit show. If the Wiggles are ever like lagging and start owing money to, you know, they can't sell their toys or whatever, that would be one way to get all of the money back immediately. Still be Wiggles, right? But it's like a reality show, like the Kardashians or whatever, where we just follow you around and just see you handle not very wiggly things, you know? One of them's depressed. I'd watch that show. Just on my way home, I stopped at my local Salvos. This place normally is too overpriced to find anything to flip for a profit. But occasionally, and flippers will know this, you'll go into an op shop or whatever, and you'll just see too many common things that are of good value. And whenever I see it, I'm always like, who died? And someone's family member brought all of their stuff in. Like, I remember one time I was at a flea market. Look at that, PS5 game at the Salvos. And I've seen PS5 games at this particular Salvos store that have been tagged at like $20 that are like on clearance from JB for $9 brand new. They're just so excited to get a PS5 game, they put a $20 tag on it. But anyway, like I was saying, I was at a flea market, whatever thing once, and this guy had all these DVDs. I've still not listed them. Horror movies, which for a flipper just makes you start salivating on the spot. Rare titles, I was picking them up, scanning them, I was doing manual searches. They were coming back for like $100 or $200 a piece. And I said to the guy, I go, you must do estate sales or storage lockers or what have you. He goes, oh yeah, this all came from one guy I went to clean out his house. The fellow didn't take the time to go through and look at what he had, but I just was in absolute shock of what I was picking up from there. I've still not listed them. I'm going to. I think I'm saving them for a rainy day. I've got a bit of a death pile happening at the moment. But, sorry to go off on a tangent there. The reason I was saying that is because I was getting that sense while I was at the Salvos here. It just felt like somebody had dropped off a big collection of things, because I kept picking up these old movies. The Westerner, Cinco de Mayo, I think that one was called, When the Daltons Ride. And a lot of them were sealed. I've seen the Salvos ticket DVDs that are terrible for like up to $8 sometimes. So to see these brand new sealed rare-ish DVDs for maybe $3 to $4 each, absolute win. What I like to do is just sort of load up everything, and then I scurry away with my basket or my trolley, find a quiet spot in the store, and just comp everything there and then put it all back. I think I poke around for a little bit more here. I just keep pulling pile after DVD after DVD. It wasn't like I was walking around with a trolley full, but the basket did get very full very quickly, and I think I did take most of it with me.
Just be careful, okay?
So of everything that I picked up, this is what I'm taking. I didn't put very much back, but this particularly is very interesting.
Also got these books for about $3, $4, and $5 each. Paul Stanley of Kiss, being a fan of the band, I know that one is going to do quite well for a hardcover. Max Verstappen, car racing man, and science fiction, H.G. Wells. That's where I went and what I found on Saturday. I'm going to wrap up the rest of this video with a quick what sold from this week.
It's been a busy weekend. I don't know what's going on, if it's because of the cyclone. They can't seem to decide whether it's a cyclone or not, Alfred, and people perhaps putting their stores as away or on vacation mode, but my sales have been going through the roof this weekend. I'm going to start off with all of my small flips. Got this Beatles DVD a couple weeks ago, paid $1 for it, sold for $11. It's going to cost me about $3 to ship. After fees and everything, it's about $5.23 in profit. Wii Sports only had this one listed for maybe 15 minutes. Paid $2 for it. It sold for $9.95. It's going to cost me about $3 to ship. After post and fees, it's about $3.32 in profit. Drive Club on PS4, paid $2 for it, sold it for $10. That's about $4 profit. I'm just going to not say that it's after fees. You guys will just remember that, right? So any profit that I'm saying that is after eBay fees, that's after postage cost, after cost of goods. Tones by Eric Johnson on CD. Never listened to this, no idea who the guy is. Paid $2 for it. It sold for $15, $7.35 profit. Never even heard of this show, but what I do know is that I paid $1.60 for it and it sold for $17, so it's about $8.23 profit. Paid $2 for this one. What a classic. Sold very quick, $15. It's going to be a little bit more to post because it's slightly heavier, but it's going to be about $6.85 profit. Only paid $1.60 for this one, and it went for $17, so that's about $8.23. Bob the Builder Season 1. This is about the third or fourth time that I've sold this. You can pick up kids' DVDs pretty cheap. Paid $2 for it, sold for $13. It's about $6 profit. And my last little flip sale for the past day and a half. Tupac, got this for $2, sold for $20. It's about $12 profit. I don't know why some people tell you not to buy cheap DVDs if they don't sell for a high amount. I do it all the time. I get DVDs for about $1 or $2, sell them for 10, 15, sometimes even 20 or 25 bucks. I send usually anything that's $27-ish or less as untracked post. It's only maybe $3 on the cheap end or maybe $4.50 on the high end to ship out. I don't know why people are always going on about average sale price this and average sale price that. If I was walking down the street and I saw $5, I would stop and pick it up. There's nothing wrong with buying a cheap DVD and flipping it, even if it takes a little while, for a couple of bucks. Go after your cheap DVDs. People want to buy them, and they do sell. These next two were kind of weird because they're similar items that weren't purchased by the same person, but they were purchased around the same time. So I got this goofy Look and Find, which I guess was Disney's answer to Where's Wally. I paid 50 cents for this a little while ago. Sold for $17. It's going to cost about $9 to ship, unfortunately, because it's large and heavy. I think I know another way that I can get it out the door and posted on the cheaper side, but I'll have to wait and see how things go at the post office. But if it's a worst case scenario, that's about $5. Then another Disney hardcover, vintage-esque kind of book. Paid 20 cents for this one. It's going to cost me about $8 to post because it's local, and that's about $8 profit. These are my medium flips. I have Handmaid's Tale. This is a nice, sneak peek. This is a nice hardcover book. I know I haven't read Handmaid's Tale. Fucking Laura, you had to write in it. That is in the listing. I haven't read it. I know that it's very popular. And the reason I got it is because it's very popular. And this is a vintage, I'm pretty sure it's vintage. I don't know if there's a print date on it. But whenever I see a book that's very, very popular, and I see it in a nice hardcover edition, 85 maybe. Anyway, if I see a popular book in a nice hardcover edition, there are collectors out there that want them. So if you see something like Handmaid's Tale, Lord of the Rings is another one. You can get that very cheaply on Amazon.
current printings for like $10, $11, but if you find a nice hardcover, there's people willing to pay up for it. I paid 15 cents for this. It sold for $28.45. About $8 in post. That's about $16.25 profit. Didn't have this one for very long. I kind of paid up for it. I didn't mind doing that because I know that it would go very quick. I paid $10 for it. Sold for $30 and $5 post. If I have something that I am going to send as track post, I will charge the buyer. It's normally about $6.65 to ship something like this. I only charge them $5. So after fees and post, that's $13.45. I just got this DVD because it was very weird. I'd never seen it before. I paid $1.20 for it. It's sold for $25. It's going to cost $3 to ship, $16.65 in profit. It's some Disneyland 90-minute video tribute to the Imagineers, blah, blah. It's like some documentary on how they designed and engineered Disneyland. Disney stuff does really well. What a band. I was keen to find this one. I didn't think it would sell for a huge amount, but I know it's very popular, so I picked it up. This is the very best of the Doors in the old fat box, so it's 2 discs together. I paid $2 for that. It sold for $25. After $8 post, it's about $11 in profit. Last medium flip. I've been sitting on this one for a little while. I paid $4 for this. It's Hercules Season 1, the old, I don't know who the actor's name is, starring Kevin Sorbo as Hercules and Anthony Quinn as Zeus. Whatever. I like the Disney version better. I paid $4 for this. It sold for $40. It's going to cost me $8 to ship. That's about $20 in profit. I have 2 big flips from the past couple of days, both coming out of the personal collection. So I went to see Pearl Jam with the Pixies, the greatest band of all time, in Melbourne on November 16th, 2024 with my wife. It was a great show. Pearl Jam do this thing where they record all of their shows and then you can buy the bootleg. So I did that. They sent me 2 for some reason. So I had this one spare. I put up an auction on eBay. I didn't pay anything for this because they sent it to me by mistake. Somebody bought it. $45 was the winning bid. I did charge the buyer postage $6.65. So after post and fees, it's $36.78 profit. And lastly, speaking about bands that rock, this is a hardcover book of Syd Barrett, the original guitar player and singer from Pink Floyd. I've had this for a little while. It's very cool. It's got like some arty sort of pictures that he had taken himself. Cool pictures and art and all that sort of stuff. I think I paid like maybe $30 for this from Minotaur, which is a pop culture shop in Melbourne. It's a little bit hoity-toity with their prices, or it was when I used to shop there. But I'm on eBay now. So look, I wouldn't say that I bought this to flip it because I've had it for maybe 16 years, but it sold for $90. It's going to cost me about $8 to post. That's $68 in profit. That's it. That's the end of the first episode of Foulmouth Flipper. You made it to the end. Congratulations. Did you learn some new swear words? So what's going to happen from here? I have a full-time job and I do this on the side. I'm tinkering with the idea of YouTube to get a sense of if this is content that people are interested in. People wanting to learn eBay and people wanting to learn new swear words as well. I just wanted to say as well, special thanks to Tori, the Geelong Flipper, for messaging me back initially when I had some early sort of starting out questions and I needed some guidance on a few things. I appreciate you not instantly blocking me like I was some kind of creepy stalker.
Yes, Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling.
There's more to come, guys, so keep an eye out. Like I said, I have a full-time job. I have a family. I can't commit to any sort of schedule with these, but I do enjoy putting the videos together with the video drops in there as well. I like it. If you subscribe, then whenever I do put a video out, it will come up in your feed. You can watch it, and yeah, that's it. Okay, fuck off now. Bye.
I said you cannot fail.